Casting from the basement of La Penta, it's WICR.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Sports Vault Jersey. Joe Archino back here, and let's have an honest conversation. We're all about having honest conversations on this show, and after last night watching the Cleveland Cavaliers defeat the Los Angeles Lakers 120-111, Kobe Bryant's farewell game at the Quicken Loans Arena, I think we can have an honest conversation, and everybody, the old fun debate was reignited. Kobe Bryant in his prime form against LeBron James in his prime form. And, I kind of put out a post last night about it, and I'm on LeBron's side here. And I think one of the biggest reasons for that is I think you can look at Kobe Bryant. If you're trying to compare LeBron, Kobe, and a guy like Jordan, the one thing you have to ask is, were the three of them the best player on their team always? And with Jordan, that is unquestionably true. With LeBron, that is completely true. With Kobe Bryant, I don't know if that's always true. When he won his first three titles in the league, was he the best player on those teams? Or was Shaquille O'Neal the best player on those teams? I think when you look at it from an impact perspective, Shaquille O'Neal was the catalyst for those teams. He was the best player on those teams. I think the Finals MVPs reflect that. But when we try to put it all into the grand perspective of NBA history, the battle between Kobe and LeBron is like the battle between Jordan and Magic, because both of their games are built differently. Magic and LeBron's games are closer to one another, and Jordan and Kobe's games are closer with one another. But when you try to put this whole debate and try to answer it, I think you have to look at it this way. And I think the post I put up really kind of says it all. I mean, in life and in sports, obviously our successes are largely based on the situations we're thrown into. Sometimes we don't have control over those things, and that's unquestionably, to me, the story of LeBron James and why, to me, I elevate him over Kobe Bryant. There's never been another player in NBA history who's been put in a situation like LeBron did. I mean, you're talking about a guy thrown into a position where the owner didn't really know what he was doing, didn't have the best people in position to draft talent and surround LeBron with talent, had inadequate coaching, inadequate players. The word inadequate would be the best word to describe the situation LeBron was put in when he was drafted by the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, it's obviously a nice story, a hometown kid doing great things for his pro basketball team. But, the favor is not always returned, and clearly, you are a reflection of what's around you. And that wasn't really the case because LeBron played up to everything that he had. He took the worst roster in NBA history to the finals and lost 4-0 to the Spurs. And that's to be expected when your second best players is in Drunas Ilgauskas and Daniel Gibson. That is to be expected. But the Cleveland Cavaliers, he was thrown into a situation where all the disadvantages were on his side. Unlike Kobe Bryant, thrown into an organization built on winning, built on stability, built on success. Not like LeBron James. And, all the advantages were clearly in Kobe's favor. This isn't de-evaluating any of his play or anything that he has accomplished, but when you're trying to compare him to a player who's done everything in the world without having anything, it's difficult for me to elevate Kobe over LeBron, especially when LeBron is such a gifted scorer, but his game is built on unselfishness. It's built on getting his teammates involved. I think at its core, that is the biggest difference between Kobe and between LeBron. And you also have to kind of remember, Kobe's had moments in his career where he was really had a dark side to him. He demanded a trade from the Lakers in 2007. Just a story the other day that the Lakers phoned the Cavs to see if there was interest in trading Kobe Bryant for LeBron James because Kobe demanded a trade. Kobe hasn't always been the most easy guy to get along with, like Michael Jordan. LeBron James, quite the opposite, always has been a guy where he's been very accepting of the leadership role, of giving. We see that's why it worked in Miami. I think, of course, everybody has spats every once in a while with a player, but you've always got to get past it at the end of the day. We saw the Jordan had his run-ins with teammates. Kobe and Shaq, they couldn't get it to work together, and if that's LeBron, I think that doesn't ever become an issue. sometimes, the big ego gets in the way of what matters. I don't think it ever has for LeBron, and it has for Kobe at times. Let's be honest about that. What matters is always winning. That's what everything is built on, and sometimes that has been gotten in the way of by other things for Kobe Bryant. But if you're trying to compare these two from a pure skill perspective, you've got to look at it from this position. Who's the more versatile player? And in that regard, that's easy to LeBron James. There's never been another player in NBA history who could guard any position on the floor at a given time, could take away your best player no matter what his position was, and could still maintain his role on both ends of the floor. Jordan could do it, not to the extent LeBron could. Kobe, I don't think was as good as Michael, but the effort was there. LeBron just changed the game in that regard, The ultimate Swiss Army knife player. Literally every function in the basketball game he is capable of doing on offense, on defense, and just pure basketball IQ. I mean, again, always making the right play, always reading the floor the right way. LeBron James, if they bred a basketball player to be perfect, that would be him. From a physical standpoint, from a mental standpoint, everything that he has done, he's kind of the perfect incarnation of what a basketball player would be. But LeBron hasn't always been landed in the best situations possible. His first go-around in Cleveland, I really don't think you can ever hold any of that against him. The one moment I'll hold against him in his career is when he lost to the Dallas Mavericks. That was all because he collapsed in the fourth quarters. He did not show up. But it's the same thing with Kobe. You can't knock LeBron and then just purely elevate Kobe. Kobe has moments in his career where he lost to. Should the Lakers have really lost to the Pistons in the 2004 finals? Let's be honest, no. The spat between Kobe and Shaq continued from there, and they just could not get that relationship to work. And who knows, they could have won even more titles if they could have just gotten it to work. But you have to look at all the elements, unfold all of the layers. They all mean something in this debate. And, to me, I ask this question too. Could Kobe Bryant have taken the 2007 Cavs roster to the finals? And I don't think you can say yes. I don't think there's another player in NBA history who you could say yes to that question to. Not Jordan, not Kobe, not Magic, not Wilt, not Bill, not Oscar Robertson. I don't think that anyone except for LeBron James could have taken that roster to the finals. And even though, they lost, they got swept 4-0, I still look at that and just say, how in the world did this guy take Zydrunas Ilgauskas and Anderson Varejao and Daniel Gibson to the NBA Finals against the San Antonio Spurs? I mean, it just incredible. And never even forget some of the runs that they went off in the playoffs that year. To me, how the situation that you were put in always has to be the first thing you look at. And when you look at it, LeBron was thrown into a situation where he had nothing but disadvantages. Kobe Bryant was thrown into a situation where he had all the advantages. These are two of the greatest players who we will ever see play the game of basketball. But if you're trying to evaluate the two of them, to me, it's pretty easy. LeBron James is the better player, and that's a versatility standpoint. That's doing more with less standpoint. That's more of an accepting mentality, and more of a team-oriented mentality. Not getting in trouble, not getting in spats with teammates. To me, the choice is clear, and it's LeBron James. But until next time, Jersey Joe Archino here with the Sports Vault. You can follow me on Twitter at Joe Archino, on Instagram, Jersey_Joe_Archino, and we'll see everybody next time.